Viewer discretion is advised.
You're suing a man and you end it with a dog hitting a drum!
Cops is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement. All suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
I need to kind of like give you a little bit of a preface of like my history with Essence of Thought, okay? So, back in the day, you can find a video on my YouTube channel where Essence of Thought was going after Vangelina Skov. Vangelina Skov, love or hate them because of how their positions on the Ethan, the Ethan Hassan Destiny drama, whatever. Her positions, I don't agree with personally, but that's her bag, not mine, right? I have no real issues with Vangelina. She's been in the chats before. I've talked to her about this. So, at one point, Vangelina used screenshots that were provided in one of Essence of Thought's videos. Screenshots, not sections of videos, screenshots. And completely different wording to the video, okay? When Essence of Thought found out about the Vangelina video, Essence of Thought decided to harass Vangelina, to try and blackmail Vangelina and demand 30% of her income in all areas of the internet because she dared to use screenshots. That is not a joke. That is literally what happened. Literally what happened. Look at this shit. Now, I thought it was crazy that they were demanding 30% of Vangelina's income. Now I know why. So another leftist, loser, channel that brings in no viewership and instead of getting a job, decided to bitch, moan, and complain on the internet and beg for money. We have another one. I hate Essence of Thought.
This has been a long time coming. I first thought about making this video back in September of 2023, just after we'd lost $119 on Patreon.
You're so broke that $119 on Patreon was enough for you to sit there and go, holy shit, I'm going broke. I have to beg to my audience now. Think about that. Imagine if you lost $119 a month coming in and you have to beg for money now.
Yet, ultimately decided to hold off until I was done with our series regarding the events of 2019. That way, I could get back to making the videos I wanted to make and rebuild our audience. Then, sometime in September of 2024, after losing another $90 on Patreon over the span...
Now you're saying to yourself, Chris, you're being really harsh here. They're like losing money over a period of time. It's got to be dramatic for them. Traumatic. Yeah, here's the thing, right? They live in India. Guys, I don't know what to tell you about India without making it sound like I'm being mildly racist.
Turd-looking mole removed.
But I am telling you, India is the cheapest place to live. Rupee conversion to American or even the sterling pound is abysmal over there. You can live like a millionaire if you don't use rupees. Think about that. Think about it. How are you going broke in India?
Of about 3 months, I took these screenshots in preparation to make that video, yet I didn't feel like I could at the time, especially not with all the support you'd given us when our previous landlord kicked us out with just 2 weeks' notice. It felt as if asking for more support on Patreon would seem ungrateful, especially as I hadn't really gotten back into the swing of things. So I decided to wait until I'd been posting...
Or you can maybe get a job, you lazy bitch. How about getting a job? How about working? How about going out into the world and getting a job? You are losing on easy mode, bro. You're losing on easy mode.
Regularly before doing so. That is why, after a successful few months of putting out videos on a weekly basis, I opened up a script and managed to write a single line right before my worktop died, forcing us to fundraise for that. Which, by the way, you're incredible. I really cannot overstate just how grateful I am for that support. But it did.
Yeah, you're grateful for the support, but you're willing to beg again instead of getting a job. This is bullshit. All right. This is bullshit. Why is it bullshit, Chris? Well, the reason that it's bullshit, first and foremost, is that they already begged for money. They already begged for money twice. Now they're going to beg for money a third time instead of getting a fucking job. It's bullshit.
This is extortion.
Bull.
Work a scam call center like every Indian citizen.
Work at a scam call center. True. They probably hire her because she can trick people into giving their money better instead of hearing, hello, sir? Hello, sir? 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 You must redeem? Instead of that, it'll be like Essence of Thought calling the old ladies.
It leave me once again.
The cost of living in India is 88% cheaper. It's estimated you only need $1,168 for a family of 4 or $341 for a single person. The conversion is even better for GBP. That is amazing. That is so funny.
Feeling like I couldn't ask for more without sounding ungrateful.
Like, this is the thing, right? If I am going broke, I am running to the nearest, the nearest restaurant and going, please give me a job. Do you have a dishwasher role? Do you need a waiter? Do you need a cashier? Like, do you need a sommelier or whatever? I don't care. But like, I'd be running to places, screaming, I need a job. Please. I don't get you. I don't get it.
This is extortion.
I can't stand people.
I can't stand people like this either, Ad.
advantage of empathy.
It pisses me off because none of these people actually go out and work.
This is extortion.
You're incredible.
Yes, give me money.
Give me more
yes,
money, guys.
This is why I think it's bullshit.
So I decided to hold off for another few months. Then, just the other week, Ian Danskin of Innuendo Studios.
When one retard does it, all the other assholes that genuinely have no talent, that don't put any work in, see that thing and go, I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna copy that. Because it worked for this guy, so I get to be lazy, and now I get to beg for money.
Studios published a video talking about monetary struggles and the possibility of going bankrupt, and I told myself I should probably wait a bit in case people feel like I'm trying to bandwagon off of him.
You're bandwagoning off of him! You saw the success! It's only 4 weeks ago! It was 4 weeks ago. I don't want to look like a bandwagoning off of him. You did it 4 weeks after his fucking video.
And it's at that point that I just had to stop myself. I could keep putting this conversation off forever, or at least until another thing breaks. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to stay quiet about
Get a job!
our finances until I can know
There are McDonald's in India. There are McDonald's in India.
no longer replace essential equipment, or even face the prospect of being homeless. I need to talk about
Go homeless. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to say it. Go homeless. You and your partner deserve to go homeless if you're not willing to do the bare fucking minimum to fix your lives. You don't deserve to have a home. You don't deserve to rent a place. You deserve to be poor. Like, fuck, man. I hate it. I hate it so much. They waited 4 weeks. They waited for everyone to get full of money pay. Lol. She waited until everyone's coffers were full. Yeah, that's even funnier.
this to try and put things back on the right track. Starting with the current situation, our Patreon has more than halved in the last few years.
Man, I wonder why. It's because you weren't uploading fucking content.
Starting in March of 2019, so before our first video during the breakout of transmisia within the Secker community that year, we were bringing in $652 a month. This took a bit of a beating around September, dropping us down to $563, but it healed back up to $673 by March of 2020. This is when the slow decay began. By August of 2023, we dropped down to $498, which then plummeted to $379.
See, you start seeing a downward trend and you do nothing about it. This is why I don't feel sympathy for you and your partner. Get a job!
That September. This happened whilst Aditya had been left unemployed because of government restrictions placed on the United Nations, which was a major source of funding for human rights organizations across India.
Get a job then. In the meantime, you could get a job at a restaurant or a store or something. Like, yeah, that sucks that your partner got laid off, but you could go get another job temporarily.
If Essence of Thought is Indian, why the avatar a white person?
They aren't Indian. They moved to India.
1 week, Aditya was traveling between states, interviewing victims in order to help develop new training programs. The next, she was out of the job. This, coupled with that sharp drop-off, is why I approached my dad, asking if we could borrow $100 a month to make up for that shortfall, just until Aditya could find a job. We had no idea just how long that would take at the time. We did manage to build back up to $400.
How long it takes to get a job? She could just work anywhere. You know what's crazy? If you're looking for your dream job, right? You should look for that. You should never stop looking. But you can work a job, a temporary job. You can work as a chef, as a fucking waiter, as a goddamn cashier, as a storefront manager, something. while you're waiting for you to get to the thing you want. Both of you. You too, Ethel. You could have also gotten a fucking job. Not just rely on your fucking partner, you lazy piece of shit.
$35 by June of 2024, only for that to plummet back down to $343 by September, which is why I took those screenshots to make this video. That's why I began adding, and we cannot survive without your support, to the opening of each video. I'd hope that, as I put out regular videos,
54K in India. That'd be roughly 92K in American annually. That's literally well off this person is burning money. I'm sorry, the conversion rate of that 54K rupees translates to 92K American. They sound like they're from England. When is the doodle talking? Wait, dude. Patience. All right? But like, this is insanity to me. Insanity. 92K a year?
This is
How did you move to India and go broke?
They moved to India and can't afford to pay bills.
is focusing on
That is so frustrating. I'm so sick of these fucking headphones, man.
conflict within trans and leftist communities, that things would heal.
No one cares. What? I'm sorry. What?
External issues, rather than conflict within trans, and adding, and we cannot survive without your support, to the opening of each video. I'd hope that, as I put out regular videos focusing on external issues, rather than conflict within trans and leftist communities, that things would heal. Yet they didn't. In fact, they can.
How about you get a job? Who cares about you making videos about trans and leftist issues? Who cares about your political videos? If that is not bringing you in the money right fucking now, you need to change your priorities. Get a job.
Continue to get worse, with Patreon dropping below $290. So stepping back to look at the big picture, we've gone from $650/$670 a month down to $290 a month, less than half.
No, it's 54K American, but the conversion is so good in India that it would be 92K a year. Okay, so 92K a year would be rupee. 54 is American. Got it. And that's not even a one-for-one because prices of goods are wildly different. Money just goes further. Got it.
Of what we once made. To see your income shrink month by month, sometimes in small nuggets, sometimes in huge chunks, is fucking terrifying.
Yes.
It feels
It is. You know what's crazy? Is like when you see your money go down, maybe you need to change something. Maybe you need to go out and find a job.
like I'm standing on a ledge which is slowly crumbling beneath my feet. It's one of those things that forces me to lay awake in bed at night, staring blankly at the ceiling.
So doing nothing. So right there, doing nothing. You admit that you laid in bed, stared at the ceiling, and did fucking nothing about it. Instead, your master gambit plan is to bitch on the internet for money. Right there. They just admitted they did nothing. They stared at the ceiling and was just like, I'm going broke. What do I do? My life is over. I'm going to kill myself. Like that's all they did. Like
Just dreading any and all future notifications on Patreon. Now, I just want to be clear, I am not upset at any of the people who withdrew their pledge.
yes, you are.
Number one reason for doing so was changing financial situations. This was explained in the exit surveys in 2024, as seen via the screenshots I took at the time, and remains true to this day. But this is something I need to draw attention to, as I just can't live like this. I can't live on a nice edge.
Then you get a job and make the videos on the side. That's not hard. You get a job and you do YouTube on the side to supplement two incomes at once. It's not difficult. It's literally not difficult.
I need to bring in enough to start replacing equipment, get on HRT, and
Listen, I understand that your gender dysmorphia is a very important aspect of your life and that you want to transition. Whatever. You're a grown adult. You do what you want with that. But are you going to be able to do any of that if you go fucking homeless without having a job and supplementing your income first to care about your home, to stay in the home that you're living in? Wouldn't that matter more than doing trying to do your transition and take drugs for your transition? I understand that's a medical thing and it's important to you. But if you're going to be homeless, you're not going to be able to buy HRT.
save a little in case something terrible happens. Something I should be clear on is that Adita has found herself a job in the meantime, though it took her over 1.5 years due to the current job market. She now works in a tech service call center.
What? A tech service call center? You couldn't just find a shop to walk into and say, hey, I need a job while you're looking for a better one? I don't get how it takes that long.
10 hours a day, not including the 3 to 4 hours of daily travel on top of that. She literally gets out of bed, leaves, works, comes back, we sit down to eat together whilst watching a single episode of something, and then goes back to sleep.
What are you doing? What are you doing then? What are you doing? Why is your partner the one doing all the work? What are you doing?
That is her daily routine, all for a whopping $200 a month. So just enough money that it replaces what my dad was lending us, and the
You know what's crazy? You could also get a job, get paid $200 a month, and you have another $400. You have $400 together. You know, that's called couples working together. That's called a partnership. Rather than you just leeching off of your fiance or whatever the hell your relationship is.
money lost since September of 2023. So even with the job, we haven't made any ground, we're right where we started, and can't even begin to think about saving anything.
What about you? What are you doing? Why are you leeching off of your partner? Why is your partner allowing themselves to be leeched off by you?
That's why we had to fundraise when my worktop died, in spite of knowing that it was coming for more than a year. And
wait a fucking minute here. So you knew the computer was going to die a year before this financial constraint happened. How did you not start putting some money away to buy a laptop just in case if that failed? Or go to like a cheap tech store in India and buy yourself a laptop?
I can't keep living like that. I can't keep worrying that the next thing to break will be the last, the thing that ends us, this channel, my career.
You don't have a career. It's a YouTube channel. You're not a million sub YouTube channel. You're not bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars every month. That's when YouTube becomes a career.
Transitioning in India is easy. Just eat their spiciest curries and it will burn a new hole in your body for you.
Okay, stop, Crash.
Looked into getting another job. Yet, seeing Adita's job situation, given that she has experience working at international level human rights organizations, yet she's had to get a job outside her field that severely underpays for the hours she does, tells me that there's not a chance in fucking hell for me.
Oh, so you're just a nihilistic loser that won't do anything. You'll see one person struggle, but you won't try your hardest. You won't even make an attempt. So you're telling me you're a fucking loser that is mentally cocked. That's what your fucking statement just told me there, Ethel. You are mentally cocked. Get a fucking job. Walk into a shitty store and tell them, hey, I need help. Do you think you can offer me a job? And try. And actually try.
She's worked for both UN Women and
No one cares. What are you doing? It's great she got a job. What are you doing?
UNICEF. Me? I'm a disabled YouTuber. How the
Disabled YouTuber. It's India. They don't care. They'll take you. You work at a desk. You work at a desk. People that are disabled can work part-time jobs. People that are disabled can work in office jobs. I work with people who are disabled. The guy that sits next to me in my office is a disabled individual who works 8 hours a day. How are you this pathetic?
fuck do I market myself to a potential employer when I'm up against people of her experience who are also struggling? The one saving grace over the holidays has been AdSense. We've had a couple of good videos, particularly the Rowling versus John Oliver one, money that immediately went into paying taxes, renewing our medical insurance, and AC maintenance. And whilst I hope that keeps up for now...
AC maintenance? Dude. No.
Extortion!
No.
Imagine being me watching this as a legally blind guy that spent my late teens/early 20s working in plastic injection molding factories full-time plus mandatory overtime.
This is aggravating the fuck out of me. Thank you, Kel Doge. This is aggravating the absolute fuck out of me now. Like, why would you even... Okay, listen, I get it. You live in India. It's fucking hot and it smells like shit. Yeah, whatever. Be mad at me, Ethel, for making that fucking joke. Kill yourself. But, like, think about this, right? Taxes, great. Medical insurance, great. Why are you paying for AC repair? I know you need that, but it's not a priority life or death kind of situation. It's not life or death. You just wear less clothing. When I didn't have that AC unit installed in my window, I walked around this place barely clothed. Did not care. My roommate wasn't with me for 3 months while I moved all of our stuff in here, and I didn't have an AC unit. I walked around basically naked. because I didn't have the money to buy an AC unit at the time. I was walking door to door, knocking on doors for next to no pay.
This is starship.
For 12 hours a day.
I'm mentally disabled, and
Like,
I managed to get a few
I
jobs
couldn't
when
afford
I was
an
in
AC
high
unit.
school. Stop it, Ethel.
And I had one good month where I made really, really good money. And I still didn't buy the AC unit because I used it to pay debts. I used it to pay my rent, to live, to have a house. You're insane.
Many of you likely already know that AdSense is incredibly fickle. One minute it feels like it's improving, and then the next it feels like the algorithm has a personal vendetta against the channel. In particular, I've noticed YouTube seems to be suggesting older videos less and less. I'm not sure if that's just a result of how many new videos are uploaded daily, or whether it's just the—
It is, because you are not making your channel viable. That's the problem. If video, the way you get your old videos recommended more is that you're pumping out more content for the algorithm to push your channel.
algorithm that's been updated to more aggressively push new things at the expense of the old.
That's literally not how it works.
But the result is the same either way. It used to be that every now and then, an old video would get a second wind, bringing in a little extra money, but that no longer happens, at least not for me.
Nobody wants to see Ethel named Chris.
Jesus.
YouTube is my full-time career. It has been since I finished my degree in 2017, though I've been running this particular channel since September of 2011. I survived Gamergate, the sector—
I survived Gamergate. I survived the sector. Oh my god. Okay, let me breathe. Oh god. Oh my god. I survived Gamergate. Ooh, okay. Oh god. Gamergate was like their Vietnam or something. Like, I survived an era of the internet. Like, how could you say that with like such bravado, with such confidence? Like, it's, oh my god. I need a water. I need a water. I need to stop. I need to stop. I need to stop. I need to stop. Okay. All right, I'm done. Okay, breathe. Breathe. I'm done. Get back into the zone. Get back into the zone. Get back in the zone. I survived Gamergate.
the community transmedia outbreak of 2019 and the adpocalypse. I survived so much shit, yet I am terrified that both the channel and myself are quickly circling the drain without any way back.
Get a job. Supplement your income. Get a job. It's really easy. You know, try. Like, actually try. Don't just sit there and use your disability as an excuse. Holy shit.
Which is a big fucking shame, since there's still so much we have to do. The trans community is on fire, both in the UK and the US.
No one cares at this point right now. No one cares. We're focusing on the fact, yes, the trans community is in a very, very precarious situation. It is horrible. The problem is that all the representatives of the trans community are not really the best.
We need the public to be equipped to fight now more than ever. That means we need people who can spend their work hours researching, processing, and distributing information to those of us with less time.
Hey, retard. You do realize you need to prioritize yourself over others, correct?
Ethel survived Gamergate. I was a victim of 111.
It's just like, dude, like, you need to focus on yourself. You can't be focusing on other people if you can barely take care of yourself.
I think our research here is important. We break down studies. We watch and report on key—
What is that noise? I hear it too. Somebody is just like, is that a fire alarm? I don't know what that is, and I'm hyper-fixating on it, and I hate you for pointing it out.
threats to the community, we debunk common anti-trans myths, and we explain how the gender-critical movement, formerly known as the TERF movement, operates.
How is that getting you out of poverty? I've A-logged Ethel for a while, and the worst part, she claims to have evidence of Lily Orchard grooming minors and refused to release it because she probably lied. That sounds about right. That sounds about right.
We produce an average of 3 to 4 videos a month, all fully referenced in order
That's your fault. That it takes 3 to 4 months for you to put out videos. That's your fault. That is your fault.
to give you, the viewer, the ability to check all things yourself and expand your knowledge. We also refuse to sanitize topics for corporate greed or the sensitivities of violent bigots who will never support us.
No, people shouldn't support you because you are a horrible representation of the community that you are trying to defend. Because you are an individual that won't do anything to actually elicit change. You are making YouTube videos. That does nothing. Nothing at all. You aren't trying to integrate yourself into the workforce to prove to these people that trans community members need to actually work, that they can be a functioning, proper member of society. That's the important part. That's what matters. How you end bigotry is to show, prove, be there, fight back, actually be a part of society, and make proof that you are worth people's time. You are doing none of that, Lily. I mean, fuck. Essence, my bad, Ethel. Sorry. You're doing none of that. You're bitching on YouTube. Real trans people are the ones that are out in the workforce. Real trans people are the ones that are actually doing those things. They aren't sitting on fucking YouTube making videos.
When we uncover abuse, we label it for what it is without hesitation. We do so because we are survivors ourselves. We know what it's like to have the violence you suffered trivialized as a means of being denied justice. This has led some to label us alarmist or hyperbolic, like when we first called out the anti-Semitism and broader fascism, not to mention the sexualization of minors, inherent to the gender-critical movement. Though, I have to say, I feel we've been absolved of any accusations of exaggerating at this point. We also advocate for groups that so few are willing to support. Intersex folk, xenogender folk, trans men and trans masks.
No one cares about any of this. How are you going to stop begging for money? What are you going to do to be better? That's what I care about.
Those with cluster B disorders, plural folk. We set up PluralKit in our Discord server, and we've had several plural folk tell us that they're surprised to see it there because most server owners refuse to set it up. Our Discord community is also the only place we know of that truly has zero tolerance for ableism, even the socially acceptable kind.
Fuck you, retard. Oh my
god. A
god.
trans man I know opened a Sylvan Center for kids.
That's amazing. It's amazing, Captain. But that's incredible work. That's amazing, actually. But retard, no one cares about your Discord. No one cares about your safe space. We care solely. What are you doing to genuinely make change? Discord does nothing.
For some people, our spaces are one of maybe 2 or 3 public spaces where they feel accepted. I hope you can see the worth in that, even if I struggle with doing so at times. I often feel like an imposter, someone who walked into things and doesn't deserve any of the support I do receive. I regularly
You don't! Do you want to know why you don't deserve that support? Because you are doing nothing yourself. You aren't going into the workforce and supplementing your income with a job. An attempt, to even attempt a job. There are disabled trans people that work full-time fucking jobs. You just need to get off your ass and try your hardest to find one. And don't give up. So that you can be the person that you lecture people they should be.
I have to stop and remind myself of some of the good we've done, affirming myself throughout the day. Half a dozen people. That's how many have told me at one point or another that my work is among the reasons they are still walking on this earth.
Oh my god, people say it all the time. Oh my god, you're the reason, the YouTuber, you're the reason I didn't kill myself, bro. It's a crazy thing for people to be hoping on YouTube videos to save their lives. I'm gonna be honest. If any of you came to me and said, Chris, you saved my life. Your YouTube videos and live streams made me not want to kill myself. I'd be like, please see a therapist. That is insane for you to tell me. Please see a therapist. You need help. You need actual help. YouTube and live streams should not be saving your life. You should be saving your own life. You should want to get better. You shouldn't be using a YouTuber as a fucking subsequent therapist. Go seek real help.
Half a dozen people who would be dead, walking around, living their lives thanks to us. About a dozen more have told me that
This is literally the most parasocial thing on planet Earth. I hate all of you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate everybody that comes to me, unironically or ironically, that says the words, you saved my life, Chris. Kill yourself. No, don't do that. You have so much to live for.
my strength
Maybe, I don't know.
in the face of violence and bigotry has in turn given them the strength to finish their degree, leave a toxic workplace, or escape an abusive household. I can't even begin to estimate how many have told me that my work here gave them the tools to go out and convince family members or work colleagues that trans people are not the monsters they've been led to believe we are.
Normal people in this world, genuinely normal people, don't really care about if somebody's trans or not. I'm going to be honest with you. If you're at a shop, most of you in the chat, if you saw a trans person, you're not going to look at them and go, you disgusting, wretched, vile of a human being, randomly to them at work. You're not going to do that. You're going to be like, oh, thank you. Thank you for getting my item or whatever if they're working at Target, right? Like, you're going to be a human being to them. The extremes of that are people that would say that. And those are rare instances. You guys are so heavily focused on the negatives of life that you don't see the positives. That there are a normal sect of people that look at you as human beings. It's aggravating to me that people like you, people like Kevils, that are representatives of the trans community online when you are the worst representatives of the community online.
That last bit, by the way, that is why we do what we do. Our primary objective here on the channel. That is why I get out of bed in the morning. I know I'm not the most charismatic. I don't pass, I'm unabashedly autistic. I just don't appeal to many cis people, particularly small-time bigots.
Oh, so we're going to downplay this already. So anybody that has an issue with Ethel at any point whatsoever is a bigot. Ethel, you tried to blackmail somebody. That's not bigoted of me to say. You tried to blackmail somebody. When we covered you trying to blackmail Vangelina, I'm so annoyed by this. Nobody was being bigoted to you, you fucking bitch. Like, that's not bigoted to call you a retard for trying to blackmail somebody over screenshots.
I know that I'm not going to have some grand sweeping effects on the perceptions of trans people by general society.
Then why are you putting so much emphasis on it when you should be focusing on getting a job? That should be the number one priority. If you are already aware that you are barely doing anything for trans community members, doing just YouTube videos, why aren't you doing something else? Why aren't you getting a job? Why aren't you volunteering? Why aren't you doing these things? Because you're lazy. Because you're lazy. You don't believe in the idea of being a part of the capitalist machine. You are lazy. That is your problem. Yes, do you put a lot of effort into your videos? Not really. You do a lot of research, but the videos themselves are very easy to make. You frustrate me on every fundamental level, just like Innuendo Studios or Xander Hall or Keffels or any one of these people frustrate the shit out of me.
I am just a random trans YouTuber to most people. But what I can do is equip those of you watching with the tools to be advocates. Because the arguments we present here...
No, you're going to become insufferable if you watch Ethel. If you watch Essence of Thought content, you become an insufferable piece of shit.
Here, taken and presented by you, whether you're another trans person or ICS ally, will have a much greater impact in changing the minds of fence sitters and even these small-time bigots in your life. That is our primary goal here, and I would hope that that is something worth supporting. I'm not asking for thousands or even tens of thousands a month like some YouTubers. I don't expect nor want a luxurious lifestyle. I just want to be able to stop being afraid of what's coming. I just want to be able to begin HRT and enjoy...
Oh my god, I'm so sick of this. Get a job!
...the small things in life while saving a little for when things go bad. I just want to see some return...
You know how you do that? By working!
...on the work I do each and every day. I've previously mentioned that my therapist helped me devise a new system of keeping track of my work hours. That was not because I was underworking, but because before I figured out how to keep track of my hours, every moment I spent not working felt like time stolen from the community. That I hadn't done my due hours, that I was lazy and had abandoned my community in its time.
You're still lazy! You're only doing YouTube videos!
...of need. It felt like betrayal.
Uploading YouTube videos is not uploading YouTube videos when they recognize that they aren't that important to the trans community is a betrayal to the trans community. How the fuck does that make sense? How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Get a job. I can't say it enough. I'm going to repeat myself so many fucking times throughout this.
This wasn't helped by the whole myth of meritocracy that was instilled in me as a child, as with many people,
What?
leading me to perceive my lack of stability as proof that I wasn't doing enough.
That is literally proof! If you are not stable, you aren't doing enough to fix it. That is a fact. If you are in an unstable environment, if you are a part of an unstable situation, if you have an unstable job, you are not doing enough to correct it. That is a fact of life.
Suffice to say, I keep track of my hours in order to make sure I don't burn myself out. I have given my mind and body to the cause. I have turned down work opportunities because said opportunities were premised on ignoring bigotry, more specifically.
You did what? Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me get this straight. You declined work opportunities because it didn't clear what you wanted from an
The sad part
LGBTQ
is,
perspective.
her representing trans people does more damage to the perception of trans people than actual bigotry.
Why are people donating? Why are people donating to this fucking idiot? Why are people donating to them? Why are people donating to them? Why are you giving them money? What is wrong with you people?
Specifically, the torture of LGBT plus youth. I have stood up to bullies and tyrants many times my size, and I have never backed down at the cost of the community. I keep the names of those lost with me. The likes of Tony McDade and Vicky Thompson. Trans people who many, even those within the community, consider imperfect victims that are thus undeserving of justice or even acknowledgement, explicitly because nobody else is willing to advocate for them. Through constant abuse and violence.
Cool, you advocated for trans people, that the trans community doesn't believe that they are perfect victims, but like, that's fine. You can still do that working a job. I don't get you.
For which I am medicated and receiving therapy for, I have continued to give things my all. Which is why I need you, especially if you're a cis ally. Again, I know trans people in the UK and the US are suffering right now, but I also know that many of you are cis people or are trans people in countries where things aren't quite as bad, some of whom have wondered what they can do to help. Well, here's one material way that you can do just that by supporting trans voices like ours.
So you're co-opting your community. So right here, this is them co-opting their community and using their community in their community's name to save them. Because Ethel turned down jobs instead of doing a job and working as a YouTuber. So you are using the community to your advantage. You're weaponizing the community to line your own pockets because you fail to do minor things to improve your life, like get a job. I'm so aggravated right now. This is the most aggravating shit of my fucking life watching this video.
We need to get back up to $500 on Patreon. This would give us the funds to replace equipment, begin my HRT, save a little, as well as have some small luxuries like food during my downtime. Just the little things that give life meaning, allowing me to live rather than merely survive. That's just over $200, which might sound like a lot, but if 50 people put down $5 a month, that would resolve our financial worries overnight. $5. What can you buy these?
They did not just fucking do the $5 a month thing, and they're serious about it. No fucking way. I'm losing my mind. I'm gonna snap. I'm gonna destroy this fucking computer. I'm gonna snap. I'm literally, oh my God. I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm losing it. Okay, Leon, what is this? I'm gonna leak Leon's DMs. Thanks, Chris. You saved my life. I had nothing to live before your streams. Ooh, woo. You saved trans people with your videos. I fucking hate Leon.
These days for $5.
I fucking hate that guy.
And yet, that $5 can be a life-changing thing if enough people give it. No amount is too small when it comes to crowdfunding. Every $1, $2, or $3 helps towards that goal. It is doable. I know.
What about all the other people that are struggling? Why are you entitled to their money? Because you make pro-trans videos? That's it? That's all you offer to society? Get a job. Subsequent that income, get a job. I don't get you.
We've done it before. We just need to build back to that point.
So that you can fail again a few years later. That's what you're going to do. You're going to pull what Innuendo Studios is going to do. You're going to fuck this up. You're going to beg for money again in a couple more years. I guarantee it. I am literally predicting the future. 3 more years from now, Ethel is going to beg you for money again. 3 to 4 more years, Ethel is going to beg you for money. I'm calling it. I'm calling it right fucking now. Donate to me. Don't donate to actual trans advocacy groups.
It should also be mentioned that those who donate $10 or more will get their username in the credits of every video whilst they're a patron, and those who give $20 or more will have their name read out loud by myself personally.
Wow, such a fucking bargain.
So that's a great way for you to make your permanent mark on the channel's legacy, a way for you to say that you did your part during the community's darkest hour.
You literally just said, you dumb bitch. You literally just said 10 seconds, like a couple of minutes ago, that you are barely doing anything for the trans community, essentially. That you are just a voice on the internet. How does that equate to you doing your part for the trans community? How does that work? How does that fucking work? Leon wants it again. See, Leon could have been here the entire time, but Leon now wants to jump in when Leon feels
there's
like it.
no fiscal way. I just heard this dumbass shit. Chris, what is wrong with these people?
Do you know that they live in India?
Don't answer that. I figured it out. People grow up with like this really poor understanding of like human connection and human interaction. And they see people online. You realize like in the time, like how old are you? You 28?
29.
What?
29.
You're 29. So like we about what and what in terms of some of the things we've seen as we grew up. When we were wee little tykes, we saw people on YouTube getting views, Smosh, Angry Grandpa, Markiplier, PewDiePie, all these people. We saw them getting views and also getting money. And at some point in our mind, we thought, oh my God, maybe we could do something like that. You see the difference between you and I, Chris, and this subhuman on the screen with this poor art? We understand that we also need money that's not monthly.
Hold on, wait. Wait, Leon. Also on top of that, how do you feel about them capitalizing off of the downswing of the trans community right now? That they're begging for money
right
doing
now.
that.
I am the only public trans. Shut up, because it's getting true about a fucking day. It was a joke a year ago, but now it's getting truer. I am the only true trans activist. I don't care what you do. You want to cut your dick off? Cool. You want to put a dick on? Cool. Just don't touch no kid and we cool. I don't care what you grown adults do. Cool. I'm not about to circumvent people who are trying to create safe spaces for transgenders so that all the money could just go to me. What the hell?
This is maybe.
What
this
the
might
fuck?
be, bro. This might be worse than innuendo. This might be worse than Solari. This might be worse.
She, he, it, they, deer, duck, whatever the fuck this motherfucker is. All these trans people, you know, you go on Twitter, you go on TikTok, all these stories about transgenders coming out to their families, and then the families are, I don't want no tranny in this fucking house, get out of here. And then they kick them out, and then they ain't got nowhere to go. And then they find like a trans homeless shelter that's funded by the generosity of a bunch of people. You're saying, fuck that, give it to me.
Yep.
And then I want to see, am I crazy? Tell me if I'm wrong. But did this motherfucker say something to the effect of, I know we had heights on this channel before and we could reach it again?
No, it's like we were able to hit our, like, basically they were like, we were able to fundraise before, we could do it again. That's kind of like their that's their thing. That was the argument that they made. Because they've begged for money multiple times before this.
Listen, man, YouTube is cool, bro. I like this. It's been fun. It's fun, like just seeing some stupid shit online, saying it's stupid, make a little dick joke here and there, talk about some wet pussy, and then say subscribe at the end. Y'all need to make. I'm pretty sure. How many people you got watching this stream, Chris?
About like
how many people?
280.
All right, cool. I'm pretty sure at least 20 of y'all have thought to yourselves, I want to be a YouTuber.
Don't do
I want
it.
to be a streamer. No, do it. Here's the thing, though. If you got a job right now, I don't care what your job is. Janitor,
don't quit
a nurse, a teacher, don't quit that shit.
Put all your money on black.
I don't give a fuck what. First of all, racism. I don't give a fuck what job you got. If you making money right now, whether if you working at a cashier, register, waiter, you have more lucrative fucking benefits than a YouTuber.
The only YouTuber
smell the fact. I can smell. Shut up. I can smell the fact that this bitch, Xander Hall, Solari, and the other one ain't got no fucking insurance.
She's got medical insurance.
Smell it on them.
She said it.
No, she don't.
She said that she paid for it, so I'm going with it.
I can smell that you ain't got no fucking medical insurance. I can smell it. I'm part bloodhound. I can smell bitch on anybody.
You can smell lack of medical insurance.
Right.
You can smell the poor. They don't even live in America, dude. They have to have medical insurance provided to them.
Core said your call-ins make his job 50% harder.
It does.
Hey, Core! Suck my fucking dick, bitch!
Yeah.
Suck it! Hey, Core, add this part in the video. Fuck
Don't-
you, fuck you,
Oh,
fuck you,
okay.
fuck you, fuck you, fuck. He thought I was gonna say nigga.
Yeah, he
Fuck you,
really
fuck
did.
you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you,
He's just gonna cut
fuck you.
this section out
Oh wow, such hard work. Why do you pay him to do that when you can do it?
because I like having a life and not editing.
Bitch, you could give me the fucking stream clips. I can edit your shit for free.
You're not gonna edit that many clips for free, buddy.
Why not? I ain't got nothing to do.
I'm not Core. I like Core. Core also manages the channel. He takes care of stuff. He's on it. He knows what he's doing.
I don't need to manage the channel. I could send you the video back and you could upload it.
Listen, I'm a
It's
lady.
like I'm trying to get Core out of. I don't like Core. I'm getting Core out of a job today. I don't even know Core. Why would I hate somebody? I don't know.
I think you and Core would have great arguments. I think it would be really
What are you
funny.
talking about? Like me trying to get him fired?
No,
Like,
it's just great. I think you and Core would have amazing conversation.
Chris heard somebody say free work and his eyes perked up.
I did. I was like, oh, I don't have to pay people. You have to
and I would
understand that
care.
I love not spending money. It's actually a joy of mine that I can wake up and be like, I'm not going to spend money today.
Some of you know this already, but
I'm like part
Chris
Jewish.
Chris like on a random day was like, Leon, I need help. I need help with something.
I'm hanging
I'll
up.
do anything. I'll give you a favor. And I was like, buy me a pizza.
Yeah, and I didn't like it.
What are you talking about?
I didn't like spending the money.
I could have dangled that fucking carrot in front of you in the most egregious way possible. But I was just like,
Pizza.
I could go for a pizza.
Yeah, I was expecting you to say something worse. I want to
I'm
finish
just
this.
that
All right,
simple.
do you want to finish this with me?
Outside of this
Sure,
video,
why not?
I'm going to start
All right, hold on. Outside of this video, they're going to do what? Hold up. I got to share the screen.
This is extortion!
What did
Chris
Gaming
not
was
letting
saying?
Leon in the house
What did
from
she
the
say?
I
field.
has saved my life multiple times from ending it all because ChrisTheNarc streams that cover degenerates.
I'm going to kill myself.
pushing Patreon
Chris,
more,
Chris,
both in
Chris,
videos
Chris,
and also
Chris.
Wait,
Chris,
what?
Chris,
Oh,
Chris.
wait! Did you hear that? Wait.
No,
Darkest
Chris, I have
Hour.
something to say.
What?
Chris, no, Chris.
What?
You saved my life countless times. I was almost going to shoot
I want
myself
you to,
before
like,
that.
unironically just put a loaded 45 with a hollow point round and just pull the fucking
Chris,
trigger.
I was going to do that this morning and then you turned on the live stream.
Did you get a hollow point round?
I could live again knowing Chris saved my life by starting the live stream. I was this close to blowing my brains out.
Kurt Cobain it, man. Impress me. Use your toes
was,
when you're
but-
trying to pull the trigger.
But then I saw that villainous hairline that you have.
outside of this video, I'm going to start pushing Patreon more, both in videos and on social media.
So you're gonna beg even more. So basically what you're planning to do is to beg more and not get a job. That's the plan.
I'd rather be raped.
I'd rather.
There's been a little hesitancy over this in the past, but again, I cannot live under the current system. Something needs to give.
Something needs to give. Okay, your time, you get a job. That's what gives. You know, you sacrifice your time on the YouTube channel to work a regular job. That's the give.
And I'd rather swallow my pride than end my career. I also need you to start sharing our videos more often.
Oh!
Oh, you dick!
It's the audience fault. It's the audience's fault, dude. They're not
Xander Hall
sharing
did
enough.
the same shit.
Yes, almost 1-for-1.
Xander Hall did the same shit. Oh well, if the audience would just do better in watching my videos and interacting, because no one's interacting in the chat. Bitch, you're boring. You're so boring. Oh my god, I can't take this shit.
Aggravating.
Whenever
I
we post,
can't.
maybe
Oh, wait. Whenever we post, Ethel, you don't post.
just think of one thing you learned, or your answers to the questions at the end, and post that to social media alongside a link to the video.
I'm sorry, do what? You want them to do what? You're expecting randoms on the internet to do what?
Or your answers
Speak
to the
English,
questions
bitch!
more often. Whenever we post, maybe just think of one thing you learned, or your answers to the questions at the end, and post that to social media alongside.
What is your videos like Dora the Explorer? Hey, make sure you post your questions and stuff. Make sure you learned something. When you learn something, just post it to social media and link our video in it. Like, what the fuck is happening?
A link to the video. The more people who become a part of our community, the easier it becomes to reach our goal. I'm open to any and all suggestions on how to boost viewership.
Upload more. Leon,
In your own life, like what the fuck is this?
you upload more. You get more views by uploading more.
I've been trying to make things
You know
a little
what?
more casual across the last few videos, something I felt was lost at the end of 2019. So please share any suggestions for things I can change.
Guys, do not go to the comment section, okay? But like, if you wish to give them some suggestions, maybe a job, you know, maybe a McDonald's application, like Christ almighty.
Or even ideas for topics you think could draw people in, either down below, or you could always message me privately via our Discord server, which will be linked in the video description down below. Please, help me make 2025 the year that Essence of Thought returns to its fully functioning state.
Help me fix all the mistakes that I have made. That's what that sentence is. Help me fix all the bullshit that I put myself through instead of doing anything about it before begging my audience. This video is like, this video is way more blatant than Solari, than Innuendo, than fucking any one of these bread tubers. This might be the most vitriolically angry video I've ever had in my entire life. This video makes me like incredibly angry. It's like, it's not even like funny to laugh at. It's just watching this pathetic fucking creature try and beg for money because they saw Innuendo Studios do it.
Give me security so that I can best serve.
Did you hear that?
That
Hold on, wait, Leon, listen to this one sentence that they just said.
The year that Essence of Thought returns to its fully functioning state. Give me security so that I can best serve our community, particularly those largely ignored.
All right, stop. I need you to play the first 6 seconds of this video. It is related.
Can we not talk about
it? It is related. I swear to God, it's related.
Okay.
I swear to God, it's related.
Okay.
This has been a long time coming. I first thought
No,
about making
not
this
this
video.
one.
Which one?
Check Discord.
The first 6 seconds of this video. Oh my God, I love this guy. He's a great channel.
Today, I'll be talking about one of humanity's biggest fears.
Listen to me.
I like that guy's channel. He's actually funny.
Who is this? I don't know who this Essence of Thought person is.
They are
you
a
can't
leftist.
hide behind this poorly written, this poorly drawn character and the trans flag. You sicko to my trans people. I don't know what returning to your functioning state to help those ignored.
No,
you are
Leon, look at this.
absolutely the one who's ignoring the people.
Their
to
video.
focus
Hold on,
on
no.
you, you sick bitch.
Wait. Look. Okay, so I'll teach you something. This channel is a BreadTube channel. Their channel doesn't even have 50,000 subscribers. Let's take a look at the upload schedule of them. Okay, they upload between once a month to every few weeks. And even then, it's not good videos. They say it takes 3 to 4 months sometimes to put together good video essays. Look at the thumbnails. Look at the topics. None of this stuff is like entertaining.
Bro, like, I'm getting tired of you motherfuckers thinking that shit. Stop. Fuck. I'm getting sick of this fucking shit.
This has been
One more to you say.
2025, the year that Essence of Thought returns to its fully functioning state. Give me security so that I can best serve our community, particularly those largely ignored.
Please give me security. Because I fucked up, it's now on you to pay me. Like fucking Christ.
We can make that happen. Together. Thank you for taking the time to listen to what I had to say.
Hold on, stop. Several trans people have died in you making this fucking video. Be ashamed of yourself. Several trans people have gone without care in their bottom and top surgery while you were dedicating time to beg everybody for fucking attention. You ne'er-do-well. Several trans children have been aborted. I support abortion. While you were fucking spending 21 fucking minutes and 25 seconds saying that you were the one to save us all. You know what? I'm cutting my dick off in retaliation.
In retaliation, you're gonna cut it off.
Right. Here I go. Snip.
All right. That might have been the worst begging video I've ever seen in my life. I can't get like
we gotta do a tier list on these motherfuckers.
We do, bro. We should do a tier list. We should do a tier list of like e-beggars.
Listen,
DSP's S tier. He's SS tier though. That is non-negotiable.
It's like 2. We can only do this for like 2 more times. This guy, like,
what do you mean 2 more times? There's gonna be fucking hundreds of these people. What are you talking about? We just haven't found them yet.
I know.
All right, I'm moving on to the next topic, which you're not going to care about.
Hey guys, thank you for watching the clip. Thank you, Confusing Opinion, for doing the editing. Make sure you give him a follow on Twitter, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Check out the link in the description for the lolcow trading card game. There's a brand new pack called Series X. that pack has my card in it, the tipster cards as well. On top of that, there's a bunch of other cast of characters in there, and we're also working towards an ultimate goal for that. So make sure you guys click on the link below. We're going to try and upload daily here and do live streams pretty often, so make sure you stick around and hit that like button. Thanks, guys.